answer here in New Orleans. Today, we see who and the New Orleans Saints. Here's Graham Gano out for the opening kick. And we're underway in Caesar Superdome. Bayless Jones now on the return. This makes it up to the 25. So the Saints offense taking over for the first time here. They're led by the second-year quarterback from South Carolina. Started a handful of games last season as a rookie. Here's Spencer Rattler.
It was a tough season, Kate, in New Orleans a year ago. Coaching changes, lots of injuries to that offensive line. And Spencer, as a fifth-rounder, was thrown right into the fire as a rookie. But he persevered, he endured, and now he's going to get a chance to compete for the job this year.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. This is Alvin Kamara with it. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. They send a tight end in motion. Now Rattler on the play fake. Complete out to the right side. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
On 3rd down, here's Rattler. He's got time here. And as that one falls incomplete, all eyes shifting to the flag that was thrown. If it's defensive, they've got a first down here. So after the call, defense in a much different spot. Instead of forcing a 4th down, it's back to 1st. So the drive continues after that pass interference call. We've got 1st and 10. Rattler now off the play action. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. The option. And it's almost ended worse, but it gets a yard out of it. Brian Burns coming up with the stop.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Shotgun snap to Rattler. Got the big yards on the right side. And he has this down to the 34. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Good opening drive to this point. They've got another first down at the 34. They send a receiver in motion right. Here's Rattler, 1st and 10. He takes it himself. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Fall forward, and I think you've got this first down, Brock. It's 2nd and inches. Kamara running out of the gun. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
First down from the red zone. And he's got it. It's in close. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints finish up an excellent opening series. Chris Olave with the touchdown. Well, this coaching staff has got to be a happy partner. A calm and calculated opening drive. Really impressed with the score, how they controlled the football, and they played at their own pace.
Yeah, it's one of those drives that just pays dividends. I know it's the opening drive, but you're just taking some of the starch out of that defense and putting some doubt in their mind. Like, man, they just methodically shoved it right down our throat.
Blake Groupie to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Saints will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Giants nothing.
Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. So the Giants out and getting set for their first drive. And bringing them out, one of two quarterbacks taken in the first round of this year's draft. Out of Ole Miss, it's Jackson Dart.
One of the things that I know Brian Dable and the Giants loved about Jackson Dart is every step of his career. From high school in Utah to USC to Ole Miss, he just kept getting better and better and better. How about the first QB to lead Ole Miss Rebels to back-to-back 10-win seasons in over 80 years? That's what they're getting their first-round pick.
Neighbors. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Pickup of 2 here, and it's good enough for a New York first down.
New York.
Dart out of the shotgun. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. He's got it inside the 25. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
A 49-yard gain on the play. First down, New York.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, Drew, I love that.
Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on first down.
Stay on schedule. SOS. We talk about it all the time offensively. You've got to stay on schedule, and a run like that puts you now so far behind the sticks. Going to take some superhuman effort now on second down.
2nd and 15. Finds him over the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Under the gun this time. Here's Dart. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So that brings up 4th and long. Went for that big shot. They wanted to get that highlight the first time they touched the football.
Now, this group likes to be aggressive, and early incompletion's not going to deter them. Sharpshooters, they don't stop shooting threes because of one brick, and they won't stop pushing this ball down the field either.
The kick by Gano is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
They were able to answer a score with a score, maybe not to tie the game, but to certainly turn some of the momentum.
Got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. On the return, it's Kendre Miller. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. It's New Orleans offense readied up for its second drive of the contest. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. Gun to start. 1st and 10. They motion the slot man right. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. This drive is going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. Another run for Kamara. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
That's good for a Saints first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Offense there, Kate, went heavy with that 13 personnel. 1 back, 3 tight ends, and those 3 added blockers. Just the element they needed to spring that run.
Rattler to the air now. Has him on the quick hitter. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
2nd down, here's an option. Decided to keep it, but couldn't escape the pressure there. They catch it behind the line.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
They bring their tight end left. 3rd and long for him here. Stays in the pocket. Has him running the comeback. Looks great initially, but he is short on that 1st down marker. They rallied to him in time to force the 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways. You're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days. When you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Here comes the Saints punting unit. Gunnar Olszewski will return it for the Giants. And he's got this fair catch right along the 12-yard line. The Giants taking the field for their 2nd possession. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. First call here coming from the shotgun. Let's start on the ground here. Tracy. He's going to have them up to that 23. It's a pickup of 11. And the Giants will have a first down.
11 on the play. And the Giants first down.
Okay, to run like that, just everybody gets to breathe. Things become so much easier when you start a drive with momentum like that.
The new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Robinson sent in motion left. Going to the ground again on first. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. They get 13 on the pickup. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
You know what I call that play, Kate? I call that a confidence injector. It just injects belief in that O-line, that running back, and most importantly, that play caller knowing he can call a run and he can get a first down too.
Now go play action. Here's Dart. Now here he goes.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing, or at least move them forward.
Second and 3 now. From the gun, it's Tracy. He spins right by him. And this is going to take him up and across midfield there at the opposing 45. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
First down.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
He keeps it and takes off. And he will slide down just a little bit shy of getting that first down, but going to avoid the hit. Smart play there, and that's going to set up 2nd and 1 at most.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
On play action with Dart. Over Robinson on the sideline and comes. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
Good running here on first down as he works his way forward for about 8. And before they can break the huddle, we've hit the end of our first quarter. It's the Saints setting the pace so far. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. Second quarter about to get underway, and an opportunity to score here for the Giants. Motion man sent left. It's Tracy on 2nd down. And this will only complicate matters for 3rd down, partner. They're sent backwards.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
All right, 2 yards to go here on 3rd down on what will be the 9th play of this impressive drive. From the gun, here's Dart. And the Saints came marching home, and they dropped it. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
Even from the booth, Kate, I can hear it. I can hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
The Giants field goal. A 36-yard attempt.
The kick by Gano is good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good than get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Bengals trim back down to a single-point rock as they send this off and away. On the return, here's Jones. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Saints ready to return their offense to the field. They didn't add to their lead last time out, so they punted it away, but still ahead. Saints to the line now, 1st and 10. Start things off with a run by Kamara. We'll cobble together a yard there. Dexter Lawrence on the tackle.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. And he could have a free play here. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him.
Still 2nd down.
Here comes 2nd and 3 following the penalty. Running it after the penalty. Good pickup, but he's denied that 1st down. The stop comes at the 32-yard line.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Now he'll throw off the play fake. This is Olave. And the stop is made as he drives this to the opposing 43. That one goes for 25 yards. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Kamara gets it on the draw. No one up the middle, none outside either, Brock, so give him just 2 yards on that carry. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
From the 41. That's going to be caught by Cooks. He stopped at the 31-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the 1st.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
Counter give to Kamara. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
A momentary speed bump there on what has otherwise been a great drive. Here's 2nd and 11. On the gun, Rattler. He's running with it. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
This is one of those occasions that it looks so promising when you take off as a quarterback, and then you're reminded just how fast these defenses are in the NFL. Couldn't quite move the chains, but it wasn't for a lack of trying.
8th play of the drive now. They need 2 to keep it going. They put a receiver in motion right. A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. He's within striking distance. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
That's good for another Saints. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Kamara has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. On the give, it's Miller. And he's in for the touchdown. The Saints grow the lead to 7. All right, so this solid first half continues from Brock. They're into the end zone to extend their advantage.
And I think if you're a head coach, you've got to be very happy with the effort so far. You always preach about coming out strong, and they've been the ones dictating the tempo. As a result, they add to their lead.
Group B to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints grow their lead to 8.
Saints 14, Giants 6.
Here's Group B on now to handle the kickoff. Gunnar Olszewski now to return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled. The Giants and Tyrone Tracy are running back on now. And among all the team's pass catchers, partner, he has been one of the brightest spots in this opening half. I mean, I think we agree he's outshined several of their receivers and tight ends that we're used to seeing be the guys to get those targets. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. A handoff to Tracy. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage. And we'll pause here for an injured Saints player. Looks like he's pretty shaken up. They'll get someone out to look at him. First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Dart setting in the throw here. Completed over the middle. And he gets across midfield and into Saints territory.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd down.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Oh, he's going to run for it. And Dart's got him a fresh set of downs there as he slides to a stop.
First down, New York.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. A counter give to Tracy. And he's going to be down within a yard of that red zone as the stop is made. That play good for 17 and a first down.
I think it's so easy for us up here in the booth or sitting on the couch watching at home wondering, why? How do those guys fall for that misdirection? But on the field, that play happened so fast, and the execution so high for that offense to get a big-time run.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. It just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late. This could have been much, much more exciting.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Now Dart's going to the air. Hits him on the in route. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
And it's third down.
Third down and 4 now. This is the 7th play in this drive. To throw. Here's Dart. And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York! The Giants can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Graham Gano to tack on the extra point. And he hits the extra point. So a little surprised they wouldn't go for 2 in the tie, but at least he made it. So the lead falls to a single point.
13.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. On the return, here's Jones. Escapes a defender. And this will give him some decent field position here, partner, and this gets out to the 30. Here comes the Saints offense. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, I expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much. Those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
Kamara now on 1st and 10. And he's brought down as the drive starts out with a 4-yard gain.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground. You can throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. He'll call his own number. Nice seam in the defense as he crosses the 45. And he's finally brought down just a yard shy of midfield. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
First down.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
Oh, going right back with another option, right side. Only able to get back to the line on that first down play, so no gain.
I can promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. And it's the Saints who have it 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Rattler. Now here he goes again. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. They get 28 out of that play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end. You need to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway.
Here's Rattler, 1st and 10. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And that sack drives him in the wrong direction, partner, ahead of this 2nd down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Expect the defense to be coming again here after that sack. It is 2nd and 16. Another try following the sack. Finds the in route complete. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. The easy way to do it, catches just like that, going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
Play number 7 on this drive, and they need 7 here on 3rd down. Here's Rattler. Throw right side, cut by Olave. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Throwing is Rattler. That throw behind his intended target.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
2nd down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. They are throwing it again. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Looking to throw, Rattler. He brings it in. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints will add to their lead at the end of the half. Chris Olave with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. So this solid first half continues from they're into the end zone to extend their advantage.
And I think if you're a head coach here, Kate, you've got to be very happy with the effort so far. They've come out strong. They've been the ones dictating the tempo, and as a result, they add to the scoreboard.
Groupie to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Saints grow their lead to 8.
Giants 13.
Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. On the return, here comes Olszewski. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The Giants and Tyrone Tracy are running back on now. Not a whole lot of time left for him to put something together here before the break. The clock reads 24 seconds now as the final drive of this half begins. On 1st and 10, here's Dart. Dumped off to his running back. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
Yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
So we have a one-score game here at the break. Now it's time for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott Hansen, take it away.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks for that update, Scotch. Welcome back, everyone, for the third quarter. Had a one-touchdown game here as we get you back down to the field. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. So to begin the third quarter, the New York offense returning to the field. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half too as they chase this lead. The New York offense ready to get going here. It's 1st and 10. Staying between the tackles with Tracy. And he'll manage 3 there to begin this one. 2nd and 7 coming up.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Here's Tracy once more. Ooh, they're on that one. Second down's going to end up in a loss of yards.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, and instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun this time, here's Dart. Caught on the comeback route. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
The Giants readying to punt, and they're going to send out the lefty, Jamie Gillen, for the kick. Fair catch signaled for and made at the 32-yard line. The Saints and Chris Olave ready to take over once again on offense. They've certainly had no issue scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Now Rattler on the play fake. Catch made by Alvin Kamara.
A textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Rattler now off the play action. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they are all the way into that red zone.
That's good for a Saints. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
First down from the red zone. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down after a short gain.
That's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
15-yard line.
Second down now, 7 to go. Zone read here, the handoff to Kamara. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means third down coming up.
As a corner in this league, oh, you can go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. You want to be an all-pro? You stick someone like that.
5 men in the secondary for the G-men now, ahead of third down. Rattler to the air now. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans! The Saints push their lead further to start the half. Chris Olave with the touchdown. His third through the air this game.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got single high or too high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
Group B to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Saints lead by 15 now.
Saints 28, Giants 13.
Here's Group B on now to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Now here comes the New York offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. New York to the line. 1st and 10. Let's start on the ground here. Tracy breaks the tackle, still going. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Simply put, Kate, that is a drive starter extraordinaire.
First down.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Going to the ground again on first. And he's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be 2nd down.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Darts. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
A gain of 18 on the play. 1st down, Giants.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Going on 1st down, it's Darts. He's calling his own number again. And Darts got him a fresh set of downs there as he slides to a stop.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
And And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
It's pretty clear you're trying to find ways to get this player in space, right? That's where he's most dangerous. The defenders made sure they kept him contained and limited what came of that one.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Art's going to tuck it and run. Nice run across the 15. And he's finally taken down at the 7-yard line. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
When they draw up these plays for the quarterback, these are the type of results they're expecting, Kate. Something that could tear a hole in the defense, move the chains, and just as importantly, and maybe most importantly, put a seed of doubt and thought into that defensive mind that the QB can run at any time.
Has it in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll motion Slayton left. Tracy will not score. The defense holds and stops him short of that goal line.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
That goal line agonizingly close here. It's 3rd and goal. On the sneak, here's Dart. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Giants shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. All right, Brock, wondering your thought here, because to me it felt like they already had a play picked out to go for it on 4th down if that sneak hadn't worked. Do you agree?
Well, by they, if you mean the guys in the booth on the sideline, sure. But the 11 on the field, that effort just showed you they were not thinking about anything else but pushing it across the line.
Gano for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Giants get it back to within 1 score.
Giants 20.
That lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. On the return, here's Jones. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Saints and Spencer Rattler coming out for their next drive. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Drive starts with an option, right side. He cuts it to the right sideline. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. They get 22 on that one. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
Well, you really see the quarterback change here, don't you, Kate? From a quarterback to a running back as soon as he gets to the open space. Once he kept the ball and got beyond the line, his athleticism took over, and he pulled away to rip off a huge chunk yard run.
They're going option keeper on 1st and 10. And that zone read goes backwards, Brock. They hand him a loss of 5.
QB runs could be some of the most difficult plays for these defenses, but not for the defense right there. Did their homework, and they get an A+ for how they defended that.
Down. From the gun, Rattler. Down he goes. The Giants got to it. And for the second straight play, Brock. They're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough third down.
Kate, I don't know if I've ever told you, but my dad was a driver's ed teacher. And I could just hear him right now say, son, take this out of reverse and put it in drive, because this one's going nowhere right now. A drastic change on this play needed, and maybe a whole lot of luck to keep this series alive.
And the Giants going nickel, third down coming. Throwing from the gun. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
You know, Kate, with the game that they've put together, it's surprising to see them really run into any hiccups when they appear. They move the ball very well throughout, just unsuccessful on that third down.
Their punter making his way out now. And this will be his second effort of the contest. Fair catch, hauled in at the 18-yard line. Here come the Giants, ready to take over again on offense. And the last time they had it, they ran it down the field on them. I'd expect some better resistance up front if they try that again. Giants lining things up. 1st and 10. A give. Stop up at the 34-yard line there. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Giants will have a first down.
New York.
I think we've all become very accustomed, and I'll raise my hand and saying these tight ends are almost like bona fide receivers, big receivers. But they show you right there, when they can be powerful blockers, it can make a huge difference in a run game.
They go right back to Tracy. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Trying the right side with Tracy. He hits the lane for about 7. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
3rd and just 2 to go. Blitz coming. Here's Dart. It's on target to Johnson. And some excellent work on this play. It takes him a while to get to him downfield.
To Theo Johnson. A gain of 21 yards. First down, Giants.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They just get the play on. And as that one winds up incomplete, it brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's Giants football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the 4th. Ball stays at that 37. Here's 2nd and 10. Darts out of the shotgun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
7th play of the drive. They've been moving it well. This is 3rd and 6. Dart gonna throw again. They're take this one down to the 25. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
From the gun, it's Tracy. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road for what looked like a very plain play.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. It's a design boot. Completed to his running back. And that will not be enough for a first down.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And they're turned away on 3rd and short. Actually might have lost a yard. And that's going to bring up 4th down.
That's one of those situations where if you're going to call that play, you better execute it. Because if it works, well, you're a genius. But one little thing gets on, a little bit of penetration, you don't seal the edge, well, you're punting, and that play goes right out the window.
Down a score, and they're going to go for this on 4th down. Desperation time here. Throw is caught by the back. And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a 1st and goal.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Now here's Cam Scadaboo on the ground. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
A momentary speed bump there on what has otherwise been a great drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here goes Dart to the air.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Now Dart. Dumps it off to his running back. The stand continues. This one doesn't even make it back to the line, Brock, and it sets up 4th and goal.
Not terribly complicated on this one. Just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
It's one of the biggest moments of the game for Graham Gano. A very short kick here from the right hash. Kicked well, and this is good! And that brings things a little closer here late.
Such a perfect example of a kicker just doing his job. And now it's incumbent upon that defense to give him and their offense another shot.
Making this a 5-point ball game. They kick it off. Here's Miller on the return. Jukes out a one-stop. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. We'll get a stoppage here. Looks like there's a Giant in some discomfort following that play. New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's 1st and 10. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play. But it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Rattler. On the slant, complete to Johnson. Gain of about 8 here. Nice pickup, but he stopped a second before he can move those chains.
We give a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
He has it on the QB sneak. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 1-yard gain on the play, and that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
First down.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
1st down, ball at the 36. Running behind center with Kamara. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. Now, after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Throwing the out route complete. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop 1.
They'll run here on 1st down. Jukes one defender. And he's going to take this one into enemy territory with a gain of 7.
Even if it doesn't get the 1st down, you can't be mad about that play offensively. The sweep, he's executed really well. They won the race to the edge, and they netted a solid gain.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. They'll run the toss to Kamara. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Nice drive here. It's up to 8 plays as they get set for 3rd and 6. Running back, motioning right. And they'll let the clock run all the way down and expire.
Delay of game, offense.
Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped. Well, that delay game certainly doesn't help things. It's 3rd and even longer now. Rattler setting to throw. Oh, he's going to run for it.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB. And it gave him just enough room to run.
They'll send out the punting unit. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And this is the punt you want every time. He bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. The Giants and Jackson Dart set to go back on offense. And this defense, boy, just beyond frustrated this late in the game. How's a group supposed to deal with him as a passer, Brock, and dedicate the resources needed to slow down this type of day on the ground, too? The New York offense ready to get going here. It's 1st and 10. Darks looking to throw. This one's just like... It's on the turf, the ball's out, he lost it! And the Saints grab it! And this return will reach the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans! The Saints stretch it to a 2-score game in the 4th. Well, Brock, we both know there's some guys who are only looking to make the tackle and end the play. Others come in hunting for the football and forcing fumbles in hopes of getting exactly what we just saw.
And it can be tough for these receivers. A lot of times, they know contact is coming, but they don't always get to prepare for it because they don't always see it.
Yeah.
And these elite defenses, well, they view a completed pass as just another opportunity to create that kind of fumble, and sometimes even a defensive touchdown.
Group B to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Saints push the lead up to 12.
Saints 35, Giants 23.
Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return score, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. He fields it from the 8. This makes it up to the 25. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games, that sense of urgency can be replaced by...
New York to the line. 1st and 10. Out of the gun this time. Here's Dart. He finds Slayton on the slant. And he's going to get this one to the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the 1st.
Well, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
1st down, ball at the 36. They'll send him over right. On 1st down, here's Dart. Get some space around midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
They're set up at the 35 now. On 1st and 10, here's Dart. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the gun, here's Dart. Stepping up, and he's going to run. And the stop is made, but not until he reaches that 17-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
1st down, Giants.
Here's Dart now. And this is cut for a score, and we are not done here yet.
To Theo Johnson. Touchdown.
They were were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Gano for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Giants trim the deficit down to 5. Now we have a momentary stoppage for an injured Giant as they get somebody out there to tend to him. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Here's Miller on the return. He's brought down just inside the 25. The Saints and Chris Olave ready to take over once again on offense. Their lead still more than a field goal, thankfully, should the worst happen, Brock. But obviously the goal here is to hang on to the ball and try to run this game out.
Yeah, the goal is to get to the best formation in the history of offensive football. The victory formation.
The victory formation.
That is all that you're thinking right now is just make these plays, run out this clock so we could take one more knee and celebrate.
Kamara now on 1st and 10. And they get him for a loss. That's a big one, Brock, and might see them burn a timeout. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. Let's drive early. Here's 2nd and 13. They're going to pass it here. That's caught. Rashid Shaheed makes the play. He's forced out of bounds after a nice play there, but still, Brock, not enough to avoid 3rd down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
He'll look to throw it. And really, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. Timeout called, and that's going to be the 2nd for New York. And they'll have just one left to burn now. On now comes their punter. And they could really use a good one here. And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25. The Giants about to get to work on offense. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Giants lining things up. 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Has a man on target to Johnson. And they're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Here he is to throw. He sends this one to the end zone. And they will score. Touchdown, New York. The Giants have taken the lead late. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket. But sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
Well, we knew this was coming. All touchdowns are reviewed, especially late in a close game like this.
Is under review.
But this right here is where having all those camera angles comes into play. We're going to get a much clearer picture thanks to all the shots we've got.
Yep, technology, everybody's friend right now. We get to watch it again and again, unlike these officials who got to see it once in real time. We just have to see, is there clear enough evidence to overturn the call that was made down there on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
No change to the call on the field, so that play's going to remain a touchdown. The extra point wouldn't do much for them, so they're going to go for 2 and try to make this a field goal game.
The Giants will line up
Back to
for
throw.
the 2-point conversion.
This is caught, and he's into the end zone. Really smart call here in the 4th. Now a field goal would only tie this game.
I always say about the NFL game, it's a game of matchups. And that time they get the matchup they want, and they go right to it. It's a risky call throwing it for 2, but that risk pays off.
Gano ready to send this away.
To kick off for New York.
On the return, here's Jones. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Saints and Chris Olave ready to take over once again on offense. And this pressure has been playing volleyball in this 4th quarter, partner. That touchdown just served it over their way. Now they need a touchdown to return serve, put it back on the other sideline.
Yeah, I like what you did there. And I'll keep the analogy going. We're in the final set, and it almost feels now like a must-score drive.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Now Rattler on the play fake. Completed over the middle. He'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 29. It's on the in route. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. We have a timeout here. Second one taken by New Orleans. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
To the line for a new set of downs. Only a lone timeout at their disposal. Here's Rattler, 1st and 10. Downfield, that finds Shaheed. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. They got 24 yards on the play. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the 2 of them.
Offense to the line for 1st down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining. Trying to push it deep downfield. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was 1 hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
Ball still on that 34-yard line, 2nd and 10. Counter give to Kamara. They're backed up. Not a stop they could afford, Brock. This is what loses yards. The Saints call their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Here's an important kick now for Blake Groupie. He's got to drive this one 53 yards down the middle. And it's on its way and through! He hit it from deep. And inside the final minute, they've tied this up!
These are the moments, Kate, when you realize how valuable a clutch kicker is. When he's the only guy out there and everybody relying on him, he delivers.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And it goes for a touchback, so time enough for one, maybe two final plays here.
On the 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. Darts out of the shotgun. Finds the in route complete. And he's brought to a stop after he found plenty of room to run. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. So everything comes down to this from Graham Gano. We better get all of this one. It's got a ways to go.
9-yard attempt.
A big kick is no good. It's well to the left there. And things just got even more exciting here in overtime, folks. So starting this year, we've got some new rules in place for overtime, Brock. Both teams now guaranteed a chance to possess the football in overtime of any game, not just the playoff. So an opening drive touchdown, no longer an instant game winner. Got to be able to make a stop, too. It's a new look to NFL overtime. Let's see how this plays out as we get underway with some bonus football. Here's Miller on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. New Orleans back on offense and ready to go now. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their shotgun. Start things off with a run by Camaro. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mopped up, too. Now, not much to be had on that first down, Brock. First couple of plays of overtime. How do you approach things?
SOS. And I'm not talking desperation. I'm talking about stay on schedule.
Overtime just getting started. Both teams are going to get a chance with the football here. We've got second down. Putting the tight end in motion. Shotgun snap to Rattler. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up to the 27.
To Rashid Shaheed. A gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Third down, 7 to go on this opening drive of overtime. From the gun, Rattler. He's running for it. An excellent game, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
First and 10 at the
Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
It's caught right side by Johnson. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
2nd and 3 now. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. Rattler now off the play action. It's Olave with another catch. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Those routes across the field become oh so dangerous the longer that play progresses. It gives him more time to get free, wiggle away from that man-to-man coverage. And with enough time, it's almost inevitable he'll find enough space for a completion.
First down from the red zone. Little off center. His man just couldn't adjust to it.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Just a reminder, a touchdown doesn't end it here, but it would put them on the edge of victory. Here's 2nd down. Rattler to the air now. He's got it. It's a touchdown, and they've got a 6-point lead here in OT. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position could be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Now for the extra point and a 7-point lead to defend here in overtime. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints break that tie and now lead by 7.
Giants 38.
Well, in past years, this game would have been over on that score. But starting this year, their opponents get to respond as we are back underway. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Rocky's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. The Giants offense all set to get started. They left a few on the table their last time out, Brock, settling for a field goal trying to miss the mark. They've got first down from the 31. Running back sent in motion. Now he gets a shot here in overtime. And this one doesn't go far.
Dude, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
From the 33 on 2nd down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Hey, eventually, Kate, as a quarterback, you better be careful throwing check down after check down after check down. Eventually, that defense will catch on to it, and and they'll make him pay and punish him there physically.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Out of the gun this time, here's Dart. He's going to loft one deep to the left. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, New York! The Giants make it a one-point game. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Now for the point after to keep this one going. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Giants bring it back to even. These new overtime rules have given us quite the game here, haven't they? Now it is next score wins as we're off again. Here's Miller on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Saints come marching onto the field. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another. They line this up, 1st and 10. Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. This is reeled in by Taysom Hill. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
All right, Brock, both teams have had their opening salvos. Next score wins it in OT as they come up on 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 2. Short pass brought in. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Looking to throw, Rattler. Finds him over the middle. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Giants side of the field.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Sending a receiver left. From the 45 on 2nd down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Connects with Johnson. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Rattler. Caught by his back, Kamara. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's a give inside to Camaro. And they're going to stop him after he gets this to the 26. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
That's another Saints first down. 1st and 10 at the
Hey, look,
26-yard
any run
line.
of this size is going to wound the defense. But you get this game going right up the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Another run for Camara. And their next snap is coming from that red zone as he reaches the 14. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That's another Saints first down.
It really is pretty simple. If you want to run against a 3-4 group right up the gut, number one, got to control that nose tackle. Number two, you got to get people to the second level. That was teaching tape.
Timeout called, and that's going to be the 2nd for New York. And that'll leave them with just 1 remaining in overtime. Rests on his next kick. He connected once, and a good chance here. This is inside of 35. The kick is good. He got it. And they've taken back the lead.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
So it's a win for the Saints. And they only needed to set him up with a shot to connect and win it with 3, and his aim was true to make it happen and put an end to this competitive ball game. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Saints as we say so long from New Orleans.